Guess what? Time to give this bad boy a mow. A little bit nervous, but it is ready. It's about 20 mil over most areas. Some areas are up around 25 mil. So I want to get this down nice and low. So we're cutting it down to 8 mil with the John Deere today. So let's get stuck into it. Let's do it. Just to prove to you guys, this is at about 20 mil. I showed you in the other video the other day, which was 2 days ago I filmed that. We're now sitting definitely at 20 mil. This is one of the thinner patches through here as well. 20 mil all throughout this area. So we're gonna have to do it now because I've let it dry for ages. So I need to get some water back on here. So we're gonna cut it. Probably one cut, we'll see. Maybe a double cut, I don't know. But one cut, see how it looks, because we're gonna be taking off about half of it, which is fine when it's young like this, but you don't want to be doing it obviously cutting more than a third of a leaf off when it gets a little bit older. Now it is going to be a little bit tricky on the edges because I've got that black barrier there. I can't actually run off and turn around. I'm going to have to turn on the green, which is not really ideal. So I've got these big bits of cardboard from when we were building the shed door, which I'm going to lay on the ground and I'm going to turn on those. So I've got two of them, which I'll put up each end and just move them as I'm going along, so I don't damage the surface itself. Otherwise, man, it would be frustrating. We have to come off the edge a little bit because the John Deere has those axles which the wheels sit on, which I can't figure out how to get them off. So we just have to stay off the edge a bit, because if it grabs that black plastic, it's just going to pull the mower and we'll create a big crater there. So I'm not doing that. So this is the mower we're using today, the John Deere 220 SL. Thanks to the guys Hutchin and Pierce for supplying this bad boy for me. Bruh. She's ready to go. I tested it with some paper. The blade's not actually nicking the reel at all, so really clean cut on this bad boy now, which is good. So I'm keen to test it out. I've actually never used a John Deere greens mower, so today is the day. You can engage the blades there. By the look of it, we'll figure it out as we go. Okay, well we're just gonna get straight into it. Get a mower on it because I need to get some water back on here. Super happy with how that mower was cutting just then. Awesome. I was actually expecting more of this sort of stuff where the sand gets pushed up, because obviously the mower's quite heavy and it's got 2 points of contact, and when it comes through sometimes it just drags a bit of sand because it's not super level yet, this area, and it's still soft as you can see. Like, that moves so easily. Didn't pull the grass out though, it just sort of moved around the sand a little bit, so it's going to come through the lawn level and push it around a bit. It's going to do that for the first little while that mower's running over it, because as I said, this area isn't obviously super flat and even, but it will settle down, flatten out, especially once I start using that mower more and more. So, believe it or not, we're actually getting a bit of grass off there. So we've got probably half a catcher in there, which is not bad for a 14-day-old green. Today's 14 days? Yep, 14 days today. So I sowed it on a Thursday and today's Thursday. Good maths. So, mate, look at that. So fine. Mate, that smell of bent grass, nothing beats it. Didn't actually get much sand, which is really, really good. So, obviously just nicking off the top, which is really good. There's basically no sand in that, so not gonna have any impact on that reel, which is nice. Look at this stuff, mate, like it is so fine. We've cut a bit off too. Like we have cut legit close to 10 mil in some spots. Some's a little bit less, but that's fine. We don't want to stress it out anyway, and it's fine for a cut, and we're gonna keep cutting it now. Bro, exciting stuff. I'll tip it out and show you how much there was. There we go. That's off just one pass, cutting off about 10 mil, which you think about, 10 mil is not much, and there's still like not thick. But look at that, man. That is an exciting sight to see. Rah, love it. Man, it is cold this morning. About to mix up some liquid ferts. But look, lots to do about again, which is fine. Now looks like either we missed some spots when we were mowing, or it's just where the overlap was. I reckon we missed some spots. Have a look at this. Clearly not used to the mower yet. You can see little lines all the way through there. I think that's what it is, or it's just... Oh no, it's not. It's just obviously where the edge of the mower was. There's just not as much dew in those spots. Man, it definitely needs another cut. But let's get some fert out. And I might cut it again this afternoon. So today we're putting out my mix with my 4 products just here, the Roots, Vitalise, Nourish and Brilliance as well. I'm going to put down some of this MP Reinforce as well, just to help keep this nice and hardy, strengthen up the leaf of the plant, and actually it's going to help the uptake of potassium and phosphorus as well, and protect against disease to an extent, on top of having a fungicide program as well, just because it strengthens up the plant nicely. So we'll mix this all together, spray it out. I'm going to leave this on the leaf as well, not water it in. Glad I got that out. This should really start kicking sideways. It already looks thicker this morning after cutting it yesterday. Like, yeah, it's looking a lot better. There is a couple of thin spots I can see, so I went over with a little bit of extra fert on those areas. Because I had a tiny bit left in the knapsack. But something dug a hole here. I filled it up already when I walked down this morning. I forgot to film it. But something dug a hole just there. It wasn't Schnitty either. Schnitty's pretty good. He doesn't come on the green because I've told him not to a few times. But yeah, mate, I really want to get this black barrier off. I think it's time to take this black barrier out. So we're going to use this reciprocating blade saw, whatever you want to call it, just here. And just honestly give it a go. We'll see what happens. I'm interested to see, because I don't think we've got everything perfectly level with the sand and the soil. So yeah, we're just going to see what happens once we do this. I need to do it because I don't want to do it when it's too rooted down, and then it's going to be really hard to cut through and we're going to wreck all the turf and everything. So do it now. We've done a mow. It's rooted down enough that we're probably going to be sweet doing it if we're not sucked in. There's heaps of frogs under there, by the way. Oh. that's going to do me for today. So good to get a cut on this thing, so good to get this black barrier off. Definitely some spots going to need some top dressing and adjusting. We'll see how that goes over time once I start mowing more and the grass gets a bit taller and things start to settle. We'll fix things up in the next couple of weeks though. It's not like it's going to be in 6 months, 12 months time, but yeah, it's all happening. It's starting to really look like a golf green now with that black barrier gone. Looks weird. Looks really weird actually. But mate, I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for watching. I cannot wait to be putting on this thing. Anyway, I'll see yous.